Thank you so much, Bert, for joining us today for this happiness hour. For those that are new here, and I see a couple of new faces, happiness hours are our monthly members only events for people that are a part of the now Goodness Exchange community. So pardon me if I accidentally use interchangeably Conspiracy of Goodness Network and Goodness Exchange. I'm trying to make that transition. This is our first event, like I said, as the Goodness Exchange, and we are so lucky to have Bert here with us to kick off this seasonal challenge of being kinder than you need to be and random acts of goodness. Bert is one of those people that, you know, he came to us, I think, first through the podcast recording, and afterward he has become like somebody who's so legendary. He comes up in, it feels like every single one of our Monday meetings, we're like, we should have, when are we gonna have Bert? When are we gonna have Bert? When are we gonna have Bert? So we are so glad to have him here today. He is the creator and CEO of Awesome Company. He's a proud father of 4 kids, an advocate for making the world a kinder place. Bert believes that most people do not understand the impact that one small act of kindness can make on the world. So he and his family have built a mobile app called Awesome App, which you should all download, that awards individuals with gift cards for spreading kindness online in the real world. We are so fortunate to have Bert here to join us today to talk about kindness and how it can empower us and the ripple effects it can have out into the world. So Bert, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We are or today, it's my tonight, today.
Sure.
Thank you for coming and for joining us.
Absolutely. Gosh, thank you for having me, and everybody here. You are my peeps, I mean, you guys, this is what it's all about. You all understand it. You all get it, and it's so fun when you're able to get with folks that kind of, get it. To me, mine was a little bit born out of a tragedy. My wife was killed in an automobile a crash, and I was left to navigate raising our 4 kids that were at the time under 10 years old. And so, we decided back then that we're not going to only, survive, we're going to thrive through this. And what we found that was an interesting thing during that difficult time was that the people, as they engaged with us and were giving us beautiful acts of kindness, loving on us and appreciating on us, there was a whole world of things that were going on there of empowerment, one side or the other side, and all this energy that was just a bundle of good stuff. So from that, we talked about how we could perpetuate in a digital format, providing opportunities for people to do acts of kindness instead of just listing them out, do them as you wish. How about we make it fun? How about we make it a game? How about we make it celebratory? And one person is able to bless another and do it in a free way, so you're not spending any money. So we, out of all that, and my background is definitely not digital. I'm a real estate dude. That's what I've done for over 30 years. But in trying to say, hey, look, I can figure anything out. I mean, I've managed motels and restaurants and done all kinds of stuff in my career. And this digital world is nothing different than just a different type of a thing to understand. It's taken me a while, but and I'm still learning. But we're getting there, and it's a lot of fun. But let me bring it back to, we're right now in the happiness hour, and I would love to hear from everyone. When I think of happiness, I think of contentment. This is my belief as far as what are we striving for here? What is the real end goal of attaining happiness, attaining that beautiful sense of empowerment and feeling? Is just like a, this is awesome, where we're at. And that to me provides a sense of I do it in the mornings when I prepare the kids breakfast in the morning. Yeah, small thing, but I get a lot out of that. Providing and putting a nice spread on the table. I'm very proud of myself. I feel good about it. The kids enjoy all the craziness that I put out there. And that's just a little bit of empowerment that helps me. And so when we were talking about this Christmas time, we were chatting the other day, and in searching for those opportunities to enjoy the gift of giving, to appreciate when you give an act of kindness. There is an inherent thing that I believe God gave to us that is an empowerment, almost a beautiful healing, or it has been for me, healing. When you give of yourself to another, that sense of appreciation. I always wondered as a little kid, I always heard the term, it's better to give than receive. I said, as a little kid, I said, no, it's better to get stuff, it's better to get. But now I understand it. I get it. I know you guys get it because you're here and you know that. And to me, I think when that empowerment that comes from that gift of giving, I like the fact that it makes that person feel like their day has just become a little bit more magical. Maybe you saw the act of kindness, maybe you didn't, but that person has had an enjoyment of a little magical part of their day that just got a little better from whatever you did for them. But the funny thing, and this is what I love about it, that thing that boomerangs back to you, that now that you did that, your day just got a little bit more magical. And to me, I call it the Mary Poppins, where you get into sync with this, where just your day becomes almost effortless, and things that just flow. It just happens. This thing comes, hey, by the way, hey, take my place in line, or, oh, wow, okay, well, I was running late, now I'm not. These type of things are fascinating to me as I watch them. And again, I think that's why a lot of us appreciate acts of kindness and pursuing this. So the one thing we talked about the other day, and then I would love to chat with you guys, is during this season of Christmas, my favorite Christmas movie is It's a Wonderful Life. And I love it. Good old Jimmy Stewart. Man, you just can't go wrong with Jimmy Stewart. But I had a roommate in college. His name is Jack Capra, and his grandfather was Frank Capra. And so Frank Capra's movie, It's a Wonderful Life, is just a powerful movie. And everybody goes, well, it's so wonderful. It's so beautiful. Well, if you look at it, this guy was about to commit suicide, and, everything was going dead against him that one day. And it was fascinating that the angel, this is what I've picked up from it here later in life. How did the angel save George Bailey? Well, two ways. First of all, instead of seeing him on the bridge, shouting out to him, hey, don't do it. Stop. Wait a minute. He didn't do that. What did he do? He jumped in the water and made him have to save him. Why do I think this is important? I believe that in our difficult times during the holidays and mental health, and people that are not feeling so good about themselves, being sucked into the negativity, it's hard to reach out to those folks to say, So how you doing? You doing better today? You know, how are things now for you? It's that's hard for that person to appreciate that at that moment. That's why they don't answer the phone. My belief is the best way to help somebody out of that, what I call monkey mind, to get them out of that is to say, hey, look, can you come and help me? Can you come help me? I'm asking for your help. Can you come and provide me a little assistance with this, that, or the other thing? Because what are you doing now? You're providing them an opportunity to empower themselves, to now not think about themselves. They're thinking about another. They're empowering themselves and able to possibly segue out of that monkey mind, as I call it, to get to a better place. That's what I think about when I think about It's a Wonderful Life and the good old, angel Clarence there. So that's my thoughts I wanted to share and see what you guys thought about that, because this is a happiness hour. I don't want to be the hog of the mic. I want to meet you guys. I want to know what your thoughts are. If anybody has anything to share as far as that goes, can we open it up like that? Is that the way
Yeah,
we do
totally. Let's do it. Let's do it. We can totally do that. I will in that case. Well, I can. So what we'll do for that case is if you guys want to like raise your hand, I can spotlight you and then I can kind of bring you up into the conversation. But I wanted to start off. I have one question. I have the mic. So, right, Mom, can I ask one question and then I'll pass it over to you? I wanted to get your thoughts, in particular, Bert, on something that you're talking about, which is this idea of the ripple effect, which we talked about a lot. And I was wondering if you could talk a little bit more about your experience with the ripple effect and your perspective on the ripple effect, because I think we talk about it in practice a lot, but to hear from people that have lived it so closely and to understand it as closely as you do, I think is really, really powerful for us to understand.
Thank you. I love talking about the ripple effect, and I'll share one of my most poignant times that I ever saw it in real life happen, and that was when I was at the grocery store, and a lady was putting some items up, and she looked to be a grandma with a couple of other little kids. She wasn't getting many items. It was less than $20. I said, hey, look. I was getting like $100 or $150 worth of stuff. I said, put your stuff on through. I want to go ahead and take care of your items here. Well, my gosh, you should have, this never happens to me. I've always heard about this happening, but this never happens to me. So she started talking that way. The teller said, oh my goodness, isn't that so sweet? The teller behind her then, hey, what's going on over there? And oh my goodness. And then the person behind her that was checking out, that's the way I was like, whoa, that went crazy just in the matter of not even minutes. But that ripple effect to me, I always am fascinated, or I always think in my head, especially the ones that you do it to that you never meet. The ones that we do parking meter fairy, the kids, they dress up like a fairy and they put coins in the expired parking meters, and that they just love it because they're dressed up, And the people that, did we help them not get a ticket, or who knows, whatever. She was tickled about putting coins in the meter. We don't know if we helped anybody or not, but that ripple effect of what it could be, what it might be, the people coming out, scratching their head, all that kind of stuff to me, we don't know how those ripple effects happen. But I believe, this is my belief now, that I believe that we are part of a collective consciousness of God. And that's how I roll. And I believe that as we contribute to that positivity and that positive ripple effect, which is more powerful than negativity, absolutely. And you know what? I just felt Linda going, yeah, absolutely, it. And so, that to me in itself when you have that many ripples going on around the world of different things, yeah, you can't help but it be a positive thing for all of us, you know?
Yeah, I agree. It's so interesting too. My background is in like the study of religion a little bit, and I think it's so incredible how many different belief systems fall around this idea that if we do good for others, it will grow out and be even bigger and bigger. And so I love that is a part, it's such a central part of our humanity that it's made it into like most belief systems around the world, this idea of goodness. I just think it's one of those things, like you said, I think that there is something, I think, at our core that wants to do good, that it is on the whole much, much bigger than it is sort of a one-off, which I think more than often than not, we can believe it is. Yeah.
Right
I
on.
don't, okay. Yeah. Does anybody else have a question for Bert? I can bring you up, or I can throw this one out of the chat, or Linda, you had your hand up, but yeah, let me unmute you, Mom. Or you can unmute yourself, I guess.
Okay. First of all, Bert always gets me teary-eyed, so I'll just own that right up. I see so much possibility. When Bert's talking about the world that he sees that's possible, it just gets me all going. So thank you so much, Bert, for sharing yet again the sense of wonder and possibility that you break open. Okay, so here's the first thing. This is good news. Okay, first, tell us exactly what we have to search to get the
bless
app.
your heart. You're so awesome. Well, if you're in an Apple device, you just look up the single word awesome in the Apple App Store, and it should pop up 1, 2, or 3. It's a purple icon with the letter A, and that is it.
Awesome. So if I get this list, I'm just going to walk people right through it. Oops, I was hoping it could show, but I get this list of all these things starting with awesome, but there's only one place where it's just the word awesome.
Yeah, it
Okay.
is. Yeah, the Apple awarded me the single word awesome due to owning the trademark 4 different ways.
That's
It
crazy.
should be a purple icon right here.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a purple A.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Oh, and somebody just liked something there. Oh, thank you. Oh no.
Yeah. So it's here. Okay.
That's it. That's
okay.
it.
So I just wanted to start everybody off. If you'll have to jump off this call, I wanted to start right there. I'm going to download this and I'm going to start using it as part of my everyday get is what I just did. Okay. The next thing I want to share is that when you first started, you guys were just chit-chatting. I was looking it up really quick. And guess what? The first thing up came up.
What?
The Kardashians on kindness.
Oh, wow.
Now, what I think is so wonderful about that is we got the Kardashians leading their own little kindness parade. Okay, that means that kindness is cool.
Yeah, right.
Kindness wasn't cool 2 years ago, even a year ago, I would argue. This is new. And of course, that's what I do. I always look at the world from the 100,000-foot look. And when I saw Kardashians and kindness, they've got some kind of app, I thought, oh, it's made the top 40 now, kindness. So good.
There it is. There it is.
Good. It's not where I live or think is anything. I'm not a Kardashian fan, but I know lots of people are. And if their fans are hearing a lot about kindness, then we are on a roll.
Right on. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So that's it. That's all I have to say.
That's it. Yeah, I looked at basically I took the TikTok, which is the evolution of where social networking is going with the full vertical video corridor, and I said, well, if they can lip sync to songs, and if they can lip sync to those different things there, then they can also join acts of kindness. And so that is where the idea and the philosophy came from, to choose the format that we chose. And then we gathered the best content from TikTok and made it, the family-friendly content that was trending, and share those hundreds of videos from TikTok and have the users vote on them for their favorites for fun. and every vote is cast with a kindness coin. And a kindness coin is worth 5 cents. And so this raises money for children's charities for the voting. People can also give these kindness coins for the content creators, the people that are creating the kindness challenges. They can give them for the teachers that are creating the videos that people are enjoying. And the whole philosophy behind the kindness coins was I wanted to make it where it was free for you to be able to receive kindness coins. But when you receive them, you can't, when you receive them, you have to gift them and give them out, because it's all about the gift of giving. We're the only app that provides the free ability for you to give the gift of giving, or we give the gift of giving. When a person receives it from another, the kindness coins, they can redeem them for gift cards for groceries and shopping around the world. So my ultimate amazement would be, a kid that has free kindness coins that gifts it to another kid in India that might need it for food or what have you, to be able to feed another. To fundraise in an easy way. It's micro fundraising. Yes, they're a nickel, but so was the March of Dimes, I mean, it's all in that progression of enriching others and providing that opportunity to be able to gift others of time, money, or materials, or what have you. Anyway, that's the whole thing of what we created there and the philosophy behind it.
I love that.
Bert, can you add
sorry,
that
go ahead.
story with the teacher? Because I think that just to expand our understanding of what can be done. I love that teacher story you tell.
Yeah, it is. The teachers in the classroom, of course, they have needs all the time of materials, snacks, waters, always. And some of the lower income, some parents are able to do that easily in the more affluent neighborhoods, not so much in the lesser affluent neighborhoods. So to me, a teacher just showing a video of, hey, I'm going to show you guys in our arts and crafts today, we did a thing where we did, we drew the perfect heart today. And so, she shows in less than 30 seconds, here's what you do and here's how you cut it out and all that. Boom, show me your video, boys and girls, of you doing the same video. Now, the kids can do a video, or the parents, grandparents, and everybody can see the video, enjoy it. They don't have to participate, but they can gift kindness coins that they get. We give out kindness coins for people to give by signing up, by inviting others. If you're on the app for 10 minutes, guess what? You get a kindness coin. So all those different ways to perpetuate and to be able to keep on that gift of giving is what we're working through in our philosophy of how we're creating this platform. So that's it.
I love this, because I think one of the things that's really cool, and I'd love to get your thought on this, Bert, is the way in which you're helping people retrain their brains towards seeing kindness. Like our brains are programmed and wired to sort of see things that we recognize things more quickly, the things that we see most. And so for most of us, it's like the negativity of whatever explosion's happening on TV, right? And I'm wondering if you yourself have seen yourself seeing kindness more like in the wild as a result of seeing it every day. If now you're finding yourself sort of trained to see kindness out there in the world.
Yeah, it's funny. I think we're all getting an understanding. Ted Turner is a genius, but he created quite the Frankenstein with the 48-hour news cycle. So to create that kind of a cloud out there all the time, preying on people's empathy, will take away from and create quite anxiety out there. But it's fascinating to me that there is a yin and yang to this. There is, like Linda was just saying, now it's cool. Well, why now? Why is it cool now? Okay. I believe it's cool now because there's such a need for it now. And I think that is where it kind of comes out, I believe, is because of all that's being pushed out there to that side of it. Well, guess what, boys and girls, we need it also, right here to gravitate to enrich ourselves and to fulfill that void that they're not getting from the other side. And yeah, that's it. But there's one other flip to that, and that is forgiveness and grace, to me, are the lacking things that are happening in our society right now. I believe this decade will be known as the us versus them decade. And it is all about, it doesn't matter what side you're on, there is this whole us versus them thing going on there, that either you're on that side or you're on that side, and there isn't any difference in between the two. But there's a lot of us versus them instead of we. And everybody wants the same great utopia. We don't all understand that. It's fascinating. It's got to be you're evil or you're not, and you're on one side or the other. You got to take a side, and it's fascinating.
Yeah, Martine, sorry if I'm mispronouncing that.
No, you have it just fine. Speaking within that, I think it's important to remember that forgiveness is not the same as acceptance. You can forgive without saying that I accept what you did.
Right.
And I think that that's key in forgiveness. But I also, with your yin and yang, I also just want to show you, I usually don't buy these signs, but this just really, really struck me as,
I think Linda has that on the wall in her office as well.
Wow,
this is my school sign for same. So, and I did want to ask you, on that part of when you are trying to assist those persons who are in that stuck, or what do you call it, monkey
mind. Yeah.
Monkey mind. I think it's really important to recognize that what they're feeling is okay.
Oh yeah, right on.
Right. I think a lot of times when they get stuck in that monkey brain, they also feel so self-conscious that other people are going to judge them for feeling the way they feel.
Yes.
And it's important that they know it's okay. You can feel exactly what you're feeling because your journey is not the same as anyone else's. Right.
Absolutely. Yeah. I've tried to share with my friends, because I've been in highly depressed, even suicidal thoughts, as many have, not actionable, thank goodness. But I tried to share, I said, if you blow out all the oxygen you have in your lungs right now, and that point where right before you suck in air, that is almost like the weight that I have felt when you're just not able to breathe. It's almost like this weight is, people have said in the past, it's like a weight on your chest and that type of thing. But you're absolutely right that when you talk about, we have a hard time with asking for help, because people equate, asking for help as a weakness, and it's not. And furthermore, it provides an opportunity for somebody to empower themselves with an active ability to give of themselves. So to provide that opportunity for others is far from being weak, I believe. And to spread that to go through a difficult time, when I was able to reach out to my friends and share my sadness, share my bad times, it spread that out so I could heal a little bit better, to say, okay, now I've shared that with others instead of just keeping it right in and bottled up and all that stuff. But you're so dead on. The monkey mind, that when I deal with it myself, the thoughts of anger, bitterness, or different things like, that son of a gun, I'm going to, or you're sitting there typing out an email that you're going to fire back to that SOB because of what they just did. How dare they do this, that, or the other thing? And then you go, delete. Because who does that hurt? Hurt them? No. Hurts you 10 times more, because then you're all filled up with that. You're thinking about that and how they're reacting to that. And then all your monkey mind is all onto that. So to me, that monkey mind, I address it sometimes. Nowadays, since I've understood it so long, I actually laugh at it. I said, what in the hell, where the hell are you taking me now? That is absolutely stupid. I don't think that way. I actually was doing that yesterday. I'm not going down that road. And that is not the way that I feel about that situation. And, so just discard that. That's not it. And it's fascinating how that'll pivot right there at that moment. Because who's in control? I believe that God gave us the greatest gift of all, is the gift of free will. The gift of free will makes us make our day what we want it to be. And that choice can turn that monkey mind, which is the challenge that's put upon us in whatever shape or form it was created for, but to pivot and to appreciate that and to grow from that and to be bigger for it. And I think that's when I see the video game really come to life, where you just powered up. You dealt with monkey mind, bing, bing, you just won, and to me, that is, that's great. I feel proud of myself. I just dealt with that situation, and I didn't let any of that negativity reach out from other than that little monkey mind moment. Boom, onward and upward. So that's my thoughts on the whole monkey mind business there.
I love that. Mom, do you want to ask your question directly? Or, oh, sorry, Donna, you've got a question. Let me,
Yeah,
oh, sorry. Donna's gonna give you.
Bert, I'd love to hear more about your kids' involvement in Awesome, and also if you're doing anything with schools and teachers. My observation is that kids are our best hope for spreading kindness. As you were saying a little while ago, we're so polarized right now, and kids are seeing what their parents are modeling, and it's not, for the most part, it's not good. But I think it also works the other way. If kids start modeling kindness and start bringing it home, then the parents are going to consider changing their ways. So I'm just wondering if your program is in any schools or how kids are being involved.
We're working into that, Donna, and we're working into playing into that, because I want to help the teachers. We're still working through we're still in the building process of Awesome to evolve it into that more of, if you go to awesome.one, ONE, you can kind of get a little bit of the thread of where we're kind of trying to draw the map of Awesome and create it there. And to do that, but let me tell you something that's kind of interesting and nice. I've already talked about our good friend, the angel Clarence. Before I leave this earth, I promise that I will create the digital version of Clarence in this world. And what I mean by that is that to me, Clarence gave George Bailey a beautiful understanding of what his footprint on the world was and is. And to me, I believe that if we could help the children understand their digital footprint of the time, money, and materials they help to push out to help humanity through charity, fundraising, whatever it is, because the kids, all of the kids have to do at least 100 hours of community service in order to go to the next level of with college, to go into college and all that. But where does all that go? It's on a piece of paper and it's gone after that. To me, this footprint of showing the hours and money and things that are done, geo-targeting that to show their real-time impact and where it was on the planet that they themselves had, and to not only for it to last for that 100 hours, or what they do with the scouts, or what they do with the boys and girls clubs, or whatever they do, sign up genius where they give or bring a casserole or whatever that it is, or any charitable contributions. This to me is a new part of the profile of the resume system, because corporate social responsibility is becoming a big, impactful part of the corporate philosophy, because they get it. They get kindness is part of what they need to be doing in their parts. Unfortunately, they built it from the top down instead of from the bottom up. So here it needs to be the individual and their footprint attached to the corporate. And so when the person comes in for the resume, I've done this, these are my grades, these are where I've worked, this is what I do, and here is my positive digital footprint and the hours and community service. Wow, well, we really want you because of all your great work you've done with XYZ. We love you because it's not just because you're smart and you do a good job here. We want you because of your philanthropic work. We want you because you were part of this charity and you did a lot of hours over there. How big would it be for a corporation when it has thousands of employees to have that individual understanding of each individual, and then know, wow, a lot of these guys really love the United Way, or a lot of these guys really love the Red Cross. We should focus our efforts on what our employees want to do, not what the corporate boardroom votes to do. Our employees want to go in this direction. This is what I ultimately want to create as a footprint for the children to be able to appreciate, because they don't think they matter at moments when they're so young and they are just in these tiny little bubbles. They don't know how the world is so big. And to understand, to me, I believe when they see the world and they know their impact on it, and that's there, they did that. They did something to make this thing happen over here and that thing happen over there. And look at all the lights that they made glow on the planet because of them and what they did. That would be a hard thing to dismiss, to not believe that you matter. That's what I want to create ultimately. The digital clearance.
I love that. That reminds me of a great story in our own work, working with formerly Ever Widening Circles. We have an education site, and a lot of these kids were super apathetic about learning until they started learning about the broader world. And then all of a sudden these kids wanted to go bring this program. And these were kids that were incredibly at a disadvantage. A lot of them had been unable to function in normal school systems, but they wanted to bring, they knew that this was special, and they wanted to bring this to other groups of special ed kids at different schools. And this gave them a sense of passion and a sense of purpose to go be helpful to others, to think that was helpful to them. And so I just wanted to add that I think you're so on the right track with that, Bert, of where schools and educators, want to go and see firsthand. I mean, I think think we all kind of remember that day that we all like kind of like did the cleanup of the yard on Earth Day. I don't know. This was like a big thing when I was a kid. And I think at the time we were like, this is really dumb, but it really did give you a sense of good feelings afterward that I think definitely stuck with me now as a 28-year-old, 29-year-old of like, oh yeah, that is still a memorable thing today, that feeling of accomplishment that I think we can't overlook enough as good people to remember where like how we became good people came from.
Right
Or
on.
kind people. Yeah. Here, Mama, I see you've got a question. I'll unmute you there. I think. Oh, I'm asking to unmute. There you go.
Unmute.
You'll have to
Okay, there
unmute
you
yourself.
go.
There you go.
So, Bert, I love this. I love this notion of starting with kids and making sure that we fold this in. I'm just going to make a personal commitment to you that we will drive the goodness exchange in some direction with just what you're sharing with us here today. It's reminded me of why one of the second thing Liesl and I created was the EWC Ed, this great children's website that no one knows about. All through the pandemic, I kept going, oh my God, this is what people really wanted, but we didn't have the resources and the time and all that it would have taken to get that to rise to the top. But now we're on a different trajectory, and I think that we need to make sure, and you're reminding me of why it matters that we focus on the children of the world when it comes to kindness. You know, we have all of us adults a lot of built-in contempts, like triggers, but the children don't have that yet. So if we can get them to be triggered in a positive way, Liesl, here's one of the things that I always love that Liesl says. Liesl always says, what are we optimizing for? And I have put a comment in there. We're optimizing right now for test scores in education. I'm sorry.
Right.
We need to optimize for creativity and ingenuity and kindness. And I think you're onto something here that I'm going to totally make sure that the Goodness Exchange supports. So thank you so much for just planting or rekindling some embers in my brain.
Yeah, it's always been in the resume profile for people to share their community service and things like that. But it's never been really, there's never been provided the opportunity for people to really curate their time, money, and materials and things that they do. And the fact that in the corporate social responsibility is the way that those currently are is it's all inside the corporate bubble. And those people and employees only live in there. Well, no, those people are also go to this church and they also are volunteers at that. They do a lot of things outside of the corporate bubble. So to me, that's the most interesting part because what they do is inside the corporate bubble, but who they are is outside the corporate bubble. So who they are is what I believe every corporate person would want to know. And what are you producing outside of as an employee that we can be proud of, that we can celebrate, that we can help and produce and perpetuate?
I think, Bert, you have such a wonderful influence on this world. I think that is so exciting. And I think you have brought you contribute something so unique to our digital landscape that we would have a place on, this is the incredible thing, that you would have a place that you can put on your phone that is celebrating and rewarding people for goodness, something that like we've been taught our whole lives, the golden rule, and be kind to others, and that now it's a part of something that we can hold with us all the time. Now it's a part of something that is so close to us, i.e. our digital footprint. And I am so excited by the work that you're doing and the future of that work. So I have to tell you on a personal note, I need to thank you for the work that you're contributing to the world, because I think it is so vitally important. And also raising 3 kids with that spirit, because I think that is enormous. And four. We were talking about 4 before. 4 kids.
I got rid of one this weekend. Yeah, it's all good.
So currently you're only taking care of 3. So I'm not.
I've only got 3 this weekend. So.
But does anybody else have any last questions for Bert before we wrap up today's happiness hour?
Yeah, Donna was asking me, how the kids are involved in the app, and sometimes they're like gung ho, ready to go, because they love TikTok so much. Of course, it's so mimicking TikTok. So in the TikTok part of it is a lot of dance. So sometimes they bring some of the dances over to Awesome, which is, hey, fine. It's all good. It's all family, good, friendly fun. And then other times, my daughter did one that was cupcakes for kindness. And that was a good one. And they like to bake, and they like they like to make a big mess in the kitchen is what they like to do, and have fun doing it. And then the guys, they'll do different ones. They'll put on funny goggles or something like that they'll put on, and to produce some of their videos and stuff like that. But it's, it was always a kick when we used to get a tape recorder and put our voice on a tape recorder. We used to get the biggest kick out of just listening to our, hey, how you doing? And now they have these videos on the phones and stuff. So how much awesome fun is that? And, digital masks that pop on your face, and holy mackerel, it's a lot of good, fun stuff, but they get into it. They enjoy it, of course, dressing up anytime they can.
I love that. I love that. Bert, other than the app, how can we support you? How can we be a part of your universe and help your work grow out into the world?
Is bless your heart. Just if you don't mind taking a peek, seeing if there's something that you like on Awesome. Pardon any glitches that you might run across. We're still ironing out some of the bugs and working through those. We've got some influencers that are going to come on. I feel that the way to grow the app now, instead of purchasing downloads from people to download it, is to actually create kindness challenges with influencers, to invite, for the influencers to invite others to the platform that way from these other larger platforms, and to, I love the word seed, to seed the platform that way, to gain the users that way through the kindness challenges, because that's what we want to promote. That's what we're all about. And the kindness coins, once we have enough users and people really get the fact of, holy mackerel, I've got some stuff here that I'm really enjoying, some nice treats from other people. I don't even know who some of these people are. I tell some of the influencers, imagine if you had 5 cents for every like you ever got. Well, how much fun would you have with your payout? I just had a meeting with PayPal this past week to explain what we were doing. And we're going to be providing a way for them to cash out their kindness coins now through PayPal. And PayPal they were like, we thought you were paying employees or something. We didn't quite get what you were doing with this platform, but my goodness, we understand. We get it. You're instantly, that day we were okay,
Amazing.
So
amazing.
the next evolution of the app that you'll see coming out in the coming weeks is the option to not only get gift cards in anywhere in the different, and it's gift cards in the different countries, but you can also take the cash and take it and do whatever you will with the cash. And I think that'll help the teachers and charities and things like that. The next thing that I want to add is the PayPal giving platform, listing all the charities on there to give the ability for the kindness coins to go to specifically the charities that you could tag for any kind of a fun challenge you want to do. And then whoever gives to the kindness coins to that challenge goes to that charity. Bada bing, bada boom.
I love it. I am for sure we will find a way to collaborate on this in the future, for sure, through the Goodness Exchange. I have good things ahead. And with that as well, this season, as I mentioned, December, January, February, correct, Bryce? December, January, February. Our challenge is being kinder than you need to be, or random acts of goodness and being kinder than you need to be. And certainly, I think a great way to just even get you started, get some inspiration, stick your toe in the water, is to go over to the Awesome app and check it out. So, Bert, thank you so much for being with us this afternoon, evening, whatever time, morning, at this happiness hour. We so appreciate it, and I think this is just the beginning of the many ways that we'll find ways to connect over the coming future.
Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate it. I appreciate all of you. Thank you. I love you all. Merry Christmas. Y'all have a happy time. Yeah, download
Yes.
Awesome if you can.
Go
And share
there.
a kindness challenge out to your social platform, favorite social platform.
Perfect. We've been looking for ways to get into TikTok and Reels, and I think that this is our push over the edge.
Right.
Yeah,
on.
From what I see, you've curated TikTok for me. I would have never gone there. I've never gone there. I never wanted to get lost there, but you've curated it for me.
Yeah, there's over 500 videos of TikToks that users share the TikToks of their favorite TikTokers and fun family fun videos that are, there's 2 TikToks to every one awesome video. And so it's a lot of fun.
It's lovely.
Lovely.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much. And I hope to see some of you at our January 7th event, Happiness Hour with Mark Redmond. And Bert, thank you for being so, if I am being annoying here, awesome. We really appreciate it.
Right on. It's hard to stop saying it now. You'll say it 47 times in the next hour.
I love it. Well, thank you. And have a wonderful, happy holidays and New Year and Christmas if you celebrate, and end of Hanukkah and all of the other different things that are happening now. Well, thank you, everybody. Have a good one.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye. Merry Christmas.